We've researched America's most popular restaurants and taken on the challenge of finding their Disney World equivalents today on the DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. All right, Americans love their Chipotle, Panera, Cracker Barrel, and Olive Garden. Today we're doing the legwork to see if Disney World has equivalents to these daily must-have restaurants so you know where to get your fix when you're in the parks. It's kind of like a food personality test for Disney World. If you like this restaurant at home, you're going to love this one in Disney World. All right, number one, Panera Bread. You'll find some sandwiches and salads on most menus at quick service locations around the parks and resorts. So if you're looking for an easy meal, you'll be able to get that pretty easily at Disney World. But we've got two places you should definitely check out if you're looking for something like Panera Bread. Both are quick service, just like Panera. You'll order at the counter and take your food to a table. The first one is Earl of Sandwich. Now this is a very straightforward comparison between these two restaurants. Earl of Sandwich is going to have a super similar menu, and it's not exclusive to Disney World. You'll find it at Disney Springs there, so you may have one near home. There are hot and cold sandwiches, soups, and even mac and cheese for the kids. And if you're in a Thanksgiving mood, their holiday turkey sandwich is a favorite of ours, and it's available year-round. So don't forget to sign up for their loyalty program to rack up points and get birthday freebies as well. Next restaurant that's going to be similar to Panera Bread is Les Halles in Epcot's France Pavilion. If you're looking for something in the parks and you want a great sandwich, this is where you're going to go. You won't have as many options as you would at Panera, but you'll get a delicious sandwich, and they have obviously amazing baked goods. In addition to sandwiches served on fresh baguettes and croissants, you can get quiche or even a bread bowl filled with warm, melty brie. And legit, who doesn't want a bread bowl filled with cheese, right? Okay, our next restaurant, we want to talk about P.F. Chang's. If you're looking for Chinese in Disney, you got a few options, including one that has just really made its way back onto our radar as a potential place we might want to eat. This one's Nine Dragons. This is another pretty on-the-nose comparison. You're going to find lots of classic Chinese takeout options with a few twists and exciting options, but for the most part, it's your standard Chinese table service menu. For a long time, we'd been less than impressed with this restaurant, and it often gets completely overlooked by people visiting Epcot. But if you're craving some Chinese dishes, we think it's definitely worth a visit. Theme park food is rarely very spicy or exotic, but the last time we ate at Nine Dragons, we tried the quote, numbingly spicy beef, unquote. And while it wasn't numbingly spicy like the name promised, it still packed some heat, which is very hard to find in a Disney World dish. And portions are big here, definitely a place you can split just a few dishes with the family. Another great one if you're a P.F. Chang's fan is Yak Yeti. This is over in Animal Kingdom, and you're going to find the Landry's owned restaurant in the Asia section of the park. Landry's also owns Rainforest Cafe and T-Rex on property, but Yak Yeti is so much better than those other two restaurants. Not that there's anything wrong with Rainforest Cafe, but the food quality at Yak Yeti blows them out of the water in our experience. Now this hits the Asian fusion side of P.F. Chang's. You're going to find firecracker, bang bang, dynamite shrimp, whatever you want to call the deep fried shrimp with spicy mayo, on both menus. Portions are huge, and you got a lot of options from lo mein to miso salmon to chicken tikka masala. If your kids don't like the Asian fusion cuisine as much as you, there are hamburgers, mac and cheese, and chicken tenders on the kids menu, so everyone can find something they like. All right, let's talk about Zoe's Kitchen. Zoe's Kitchen has been popping up everywhere over the past few years and offers great Mediterranean food and healthy options in a grab-and-go format. So your first Disney World comparison to Zoe's is going to be Tangierine Café. This is the closest comparison. You'll find kebabs, falafel, hummus, and tabbouleh in platters at this quick service spot in the Morocco Pavilion. It's healthier than a lot of Disney food and a must-do for vegetarians visiting Disney World most of the time. Now, when I'm recording this, Tangierine Café has mysteriously closed for a couple of days. I don't know if it's going to open back up. From what we're hearing, it's totally based on demand, that there just aren't enough people eating there right now with a limited capacity, so hopefully it will open back up when the capacity goes up in the parks. And the next one to consider is Spice Road Table. So if you like Mediterranean flavors and want to try a sit-down restaurant, head just across the promenade from Tangierine Café for Spice Road. This restaurant is kind of a sleeper hit in Epcot. It's small and often has last-minute reservations, but the food is delicious and the interior is gorgeous. They also have outdoor seating, and this restaurant is great if you're looking for a dinner location to catch those Epcot fireworks once they come back to the park. Spice Road Table has more upscale entrees and shareable plates. The hummus is delicious, and there are a few more, I guess, hard to find items in Disney World, like the coriander crusted rack of lamb. So if you want to try something new, this is a good spot. All right, let's talk Chipotle. We got two options for your Chipotle fix in the park. One ticks that Tex-Mex box and the other is a little different, but we bet you'll like it. Both are quick service restaurants, so they're grab and go, no reservations needed. First up is Pecos Bill's in the Magic Kingdom. The menu is basically just burrito bowls that you can customize with the toppings bar if you're looking for some straightforward flavor comparisons. Right now they don't have the toppings bar, but you can ask for toppings and you'll get them in individual cups, so you can still get the same experience as when the toppings bar is open. And the next one is Satu'li Canteen. This is over in Animal Kingdom in the Pandora section, and it's kind of the wild card answer here. It's a build your own bowl type of deal, which has been very popularized by Chipotle right now. So when you're ordering, you pick your protein, chicken, steak, tofu, or shrimp, and your base, salad, potato hash, or rice, and a sauce to top your bowl. The portions are big, and with so much customization, everyone can find something that they like. Next up, let's talk Applebee's. Now, these next ones are good options for people who like Applebee's, Chili's, TGI Fridays. You're looking for some sports bar food with a laid-back atmosphere, here's where you're going to want to go. First up, CityWorks. This is not exclusive to Disney World. They have locations around the country, including Disney Springs. It's going to be your standard sports bar with lots of shareable apps, burgers, etc. They've also got a huge beer list with local drafts and imports and tons of TVs to catch the game. Next up is ESPN Club. This is over at the Boardwalk Inn, and it's another great spot to watch the game and grab some wings. It's located right outside Epcot on the boardwalk, so it's really convenient to get to if you're in Epcot that day. While the food is not exceptional, you'll find lots of familiar menu items that will make everyone happy. Both of these locations are table service restaurants, so reservations are recommended. Next popular restaurant we're talking about is Cracker Barrel. So if you're looking for hearty home cooking, we've got you covered. Liberty Tree Tavern is in Magic Kingdom, and it's known for basically serving a Thanksgiving feast every night. It's got a similar vibe and menu items, though we'd love to see something like the Liberty Tree Toffee Cake on the menu at Cracker Barrel. And also Homecoming. If you want biscuits and all things Southern, try Homecoming over at Disney Springs. It's one of our favorite restaurants over there. And Chef Art Smith is a Florida native, and this menu is all the food he grew up with and loves. So you can't go wrong with anything on the menu, and if you're looking for an amazing breakfast, we'd suggest checking out the brunch they offer on the weekends over there at Homecoming. All right, let's talk On the Border. Craving fajitas, margaritas, and somewhere to sit down for dinner with the family? We've got quite a few restaurants that fit the bill that are going to remind you of On the Border. First up, the restaurants in the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot. There are 2 table service restaurants in Epcot's Mexico Pavilion. We'd pick Hacienda de San Angel over San Angel Inn, as we found the food quality to be a little better with some more unique options at the waterfront restaurant. But if you're going for iconic Disney, head inside the pyramid for San Angel Inn. The menu is going to be very standard with tacos and enchiladas, but you'll be dining under the night sky no matter what time you eat in that pyramid. All right, next, Maya Grill. This one is located at Coronado Springs Resort, and to be honest, it's a bit of a hike if you're not staying there. And our experience here has been very hit or miss. But they do have a much larger menu than the restaurants of the Mexico Pavilion, and if you're staying at Coronado Springs, it's a decent meal if you're looking to have a resort day. And let's talk Frontera Cocina. This is a Disney Springs restaurant run by James Beard Award-winning chef Rick Bayless. The margaritas are delicious here, and they often feature seasonal specialty dishes. So if you're headed to Disney Springs and looking for Mexican, this might be your option. All right, next restaurant that's super popular, Starbucks. Well, great news, you guys. You don't need to find a comparable place to get coffee because Starbucks exists in Disney World. The locations are in each park, right by the entrance in Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. And at Epcot, there's a brand new little kiosk to grab your coffee right between World Showcase and Future World. Over in Animal Kingdom, look for Creature Comforts on the way up to Africa from Discovery Island. If you aren't near one, there's always Joffrey's locations all over the parks and resorts, and they have several specialty lattes and flavored coffee as well. All right, let's talk Olive Garden. There are quite a few places to get Italian food in Disney World, and while none of them have blown us out of the water with their food, they're all going to help you out if you're craving some pomodoro between Mickey bars. Tony's Town Square over there in Magic Kingdom doesn't give you unlimited breadsticks, but the location seriously cannot be beat. Ask to sit on the patio for some great people watching or parade watching once those start up again. We do love the tiramisu here, so save room for dessert. Over in Disney Springs, Maria and Enzo's is a great place to step things up a bit. This is probably our best reviewed Italian restaurant except for Via Napoli, which is more a pizza spot over there in Epcot. Maria and Enzo's is delicious, good, fresh options. And they've also got Enzo's Hideaway, which is kind of a speakeasy kind of situation, but also serves Italian food right next door. All right, Terralina Crafted Italian. This is also located in Disney Springs, and decor-wise is probably the closest to Olive Garden. The menu is solid. We've been consistently satisfied every time we've dined there, but it's not a place we go to very often because it is so very much like the Olive Garden that it's kind of the same situation, just a couple of steps up. And Tutto Italia. We have to mention Tutto Italia in Epcot's Italy Pavilion. It's run by the same company as Maria and Enzo's and Via Napoli and most of the Italian restaurants on property, so expect a similar quality. If you don't want to make a dining reservation, you can also grab a seat in their lounge, and they have many of the menu items from Tutto Italia over there in Tutto Gusto. All right, let's talk McDonald's. Once upon a time, you could get McDonald's in Animal Kingdom. Restaurantosaurus used to serve Happy Meals, and you'll actually still see the condiment tubes in the queue at Dinosaur. The scientific formulas for ketchup, mayo, and mustard are printed on the pipes above you in line for that ride. But Restaurantosaurus is still going to be our pick for comparison, even if you can't straight up get a Happy Meal there anymore. Now, if you're in Magic Kingdom, Cosmic Rays is going to be your burger and fries situation, but burgers are pretty common on kids' meals all around Disney World. Now, if you're craving that specific McDonald's cheeseburger taste, get some cheeseburger pods from Satu'li Canteen over there in Animal Kingdom. We swear they taste just like McDonald's cheeseburgers. Or you can actually go to McDonald's if you don't mind hopping in the car. There's one right on Disney World property, and it's just reopened after a big renovation. Finally, let's talk about Famous Dave's. If you want barbecue and smoked meaty goodness, Disney's got you covered, and they've even got the smoker fired up. Over at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, you've got a couple of barbecue options. First up, Whispering Canyon Café, the all-you-can-eat barbecue favorites in a fun and laid-back environment. Meals are served in big skillets, and you got a few options there, including something for plant-based eaters. They can't say that too often with barbecue. And then if you head out to their pool bar, Geyser Point, you've got a couple more barbecue-leaning menu options. That bison burger is excellent there as well. Over in Epcot, Regal Eagle is one of the newest restaurants to open in Disney World, and even though it's quick service, they've got a wood-fired smoker outside so you can smell the delicious barbecue before you even knew you needed it. They've got Carolina, Texas, Kansas City, and Memphis barbecue represented on the menu, and honestly, everything we've tried there so far has been pretty good. So if you're wondering how Disney World restaurants compare to the most popular restaurants in America, there is your answer. Disney World has over 400 restaurants, and you know that they're going to create some of them to be very similar to the rest of their guests' tastes outside the parks. Hopefully this helps you choose where you want to eat in Disney World. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching, you guys. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.